What's happening, guys? Cap over here, and welcome to all you UBC fans out there. I'm going to be taking over Trev's team as the replacement coach. My name's Cap. I'm your coach of the Toronto SwaBlu Jays, and today we're going to be taking on the current champ, the Boston Kommo-os, coached by Lev. So be sure to smash that like button and sub to the channel. Hopefully I can bring some honor into this team. We've got some pretty big shoes to fill just because Trev is an incredible battler, an awesome guy, and I wish him all the luck in the world in his other leagues and whatnot. But we're gonna need some of that today. We're gonna need a bit of it today. We're bringing in some heat today, people. We're bringing in some nice heat. I'll go over the team that I have today. We've got the tornadus-t with the Fightanium, with Superpower, Hurricane, Heat Wave, and U-Turn. We've got Heatran, pretty much meant to trap the Snorlax up in that top left corner, looking threatening as ever and fluffy. Pretty much just to go with Taunt, Magma Storm, Dark Pulse, and Flash Cannon. It really does a number to that thing. It really does. We also have the Shocker Berry. We got Standard Vaporeon. We've got Clefable with Counter, Soft Boil, Stealth Rocks, and Moonblast. Reason why I have Counter is because I really wanted to squash the Celesteela with Counter if he ends up going for a Heavy Slam. It would be pretty cool. It would be pretty cool. That's something that I've always wanted to see. We've got Scarf Tyranitar with just great coverage. Pretty much it was meant to stop the Latias, Scolipede, Vikavolt if it becomes weak enough. It just puts a lot of pressure on his team, and it has just great coverage against his team too. Just spamming Earthquake, Superpower, Pursuit, and Crunch, and Stone Edge too. Sorry, I don't think I have one of those moves, but it just has really great spammable moves, and it puts in a lot of work against this team. And then we've got our Assault Vest Electrode to handle Vikavolt, Mirror Coat, Signal Beam, Volt Switch, and Thunderbolt. Don't ask me why I have Mirror Coat. It's just pretty much to handle the Vikavolt because that's all we can really do. If it's a special attacking Celesteela, then we can probably do a bit more with it, but it is what it is, and hopefully we can do a bit more plus that. So he is bringing in the Snorlax, Tyranitar, Scolipede, Vikavolt, Celesteela, and Crocodile. From turn 1, I can already see that most likely he might lead up with Scolipede or Crocodile. Either or. My best way to start this match is to go into Tornadus-t just because I can either go for a U-Turn, Hurricane, or Heat Wave and really apply a lot of pressure. And that's sort of the thought process I had when I went and saw this matchup. Tornadus is, like I said before, a really great mon for this, and I was predicting him to not be Scarf just because he could be like Scarf Vikavolt or Scarf something. I figured, maybe he might just be a baton passing, speed boosting Scolipede that could pass it on to different mons. And my best play over here was just go for the U-Turn, just because it's a pretty aggressive play for me to make, and I get rewarded for it, which is great because that crit is going to matter down the road, and I can just go right into my Pew because I want to get out my rocks. Scolipede is something that's pretty threatening, and so is Vikavolt. So those mons are not going to appreciate it. Celesteela getting that chip damage is good, and Snorlax too. I have to bring Snorlax to about a bit below 80% for the all-out Pummeling to take out the Tornadus, or to take out the Snorlax. Tornadus to take out Snorlax. There we go. So this is a great opportunity for me to go for a Stealth Rocks. It just chips away at all other things, and it really puts me in a pretty solid position. So this is a matchup I wanted. I'm going to go for Counter. He ends up bringing Flash Cannon, which sucks because that sort of puts a damper in my mood. And I just look ridiculous doing this. It's just flopping all around. What are you trying to do? What are you trying to do, Clefable? Look silly? Yeah, just looking pretty silly at that moment. So he ends up going for a pretty solid play, going for the Leech Seed, and the Celesteela is looking pretty threatening at this moment as I shoot up a Wish, hoping that I could restore, pass it on to someone, wishing that he didn't have Energy Ball. And he wins this battle 100% of the time. No way am I beating the Celesteela. So I decided I should switch out over here. I should go into maybe like Electrode or Tornadus would have been the better play, as he makes a pretty solid prediction, goes for the Earthquake predicting my switch out, and that does, well, it pretty much takes me down. So right away we're looking pretty bad. I lost my check to Vikavolt, and that means Vikavolt is looking that much more threatening right now. So all I have to do is just go for an aggressive play. I'm going for Magma Storm, and this is why that crit was important. It allows me to take down Crocodile, and that means Heatran has a bit more room to breathe, and he brings out the matchup that I wanted. So now I can just go for a Taunt, and if he wants to show he has Earthquake or something like that, then this is a great opportunity to show it. But he ends up being just standard Curse Lax with Body Slam, and he gets the first turn para on the body slam, which sucks. But I decided, you know what, maybe I can get some hacks back at him, and nope, doesn't work out. Doesn't work out. I win this battle. Now, at this moment, I have a 50-50 over here. A, he switches out, goes into something else, predicting my taunt. B, I go for Mega Storm. I could potentially take it down, and I can do a lot of chip damage to anything on his side, which is good for me to do because Celestial is such a big threat, Vikvolt's a big threat, Scolpede's a big threat. So Tyranitar seems like a logical thing to come in at this moment, but if it does have Earthquake, I have Flash Cannon, so I can get some more chip damage on it, and things like Dragon Dance, Tyranitar doesn't take me down, or Tornadus can come in and simply click Superpower, and I'm still looking pretty solid at that point. So my play here to make is just to go for Magma Storm, assuming if I hit it, that would be solid, but I don't, and that sort of sucks. That does suck. It is the game. It is what it is, and that puts me in a bad position. But we can get some more chip damage on this thing, and I don't want this to go for a curse, because right now we're getting pretty close to a point where this Snorlax is in range of all-out pummeling. So once again, try to hit it, but yeah, it's not working out today. Heatran needs its classes. Just forgot about it, and you know, Bob's your uncle, I guess. Apparently he can't see you. So I'm just gonna go into Vaporeon, and once again I do get parried. First turn, Body Slam, sucks, but what can you do? So at this moment I'm gonna go for a Wish, and I'm gonna put himself in. I put myself in a 50-50 at this point. So A, either he goes for a Body Slam and KO my Vaporeon. He knows that I carry Protect, so that could be a pointless. That could be pretty pointless at that moment. B, he switches out, and I click Roar. He doesn't know I have Roar yet. I could just have Ice Beam or something like that. And, or C, I could just choke and just, you know, do nothing, click Protect and things like that. So I decided to play a bit aggressive because I know if this keeps happening, I'm not going to put myself in a solid position, and it seems like Vikavolt has a really good switch in at this point. So I decided to click Roar, as Lev decides to switch out, go into his Vikavolt, and I'm like, alright, don't get parried, don't get parried, don't get parried. Nice. That works out pretty good for me, and we bring out Tyranitar, picking up some rock damage, which is fantastic, and we get our Wish up. So at this moment we're looking pretty solid, and I decide to toss up another Wish and put it at another 50-50, just because that was my play to make at that moment. Vikavolt's back in, and once again we're back at a 50-50. I decide, you know what, I don't have a lot of great switch into this thing, so maybe I might need to sack off Vaporeon. Vaporeon doesn't have a lot of usage in this battle. It does take on Scolpede, but so Vikavolt takes me down, and I decide, you know what, this thing's too much of a threat. I've got the Sandstorm up, so that means I'm a bit more especially defensive, so let's try to take this thing down. And unfortunately I get credit once again. Sort of sucks, but this means Vikavolt is in range where if it comes back in, it just dies to rocks, which is totally fine by me, and that's pretty good. So that was telling me that this Vikavolt was a Choice Specs Vikavolt. That did a ton of damage. That did a ton of damage. And the reason why I said it was also Choice Specs is because of this play that happened next. He ends up going for an attacking move, which means I get some chip damage. That's going to be important damage because this Scolpy cannot return on the field with the sand up. We have two Sand Pokemon up here, so it's going to be a bit shaky when that happens. The way that he played this, he did Anyo on Scarf, so that sort of worked out for me. That damage is going to be big in the future. And yeah, now I can just go right into Tornadus over here. Tornadus does not get KO'd by anything this thing has, and I can keep on applying a lot of pressure. So this means Snorlax is in range of the all-out pummeling, and I'm looking at a pretty good point at this point. I'm looking pretty solid at this point. There we go. So I end up going for an all-out pummeling, getting that nice clean KO over there. Snorlax is gone. That allows Heatran and Clefable to really do a lot more work, and I just have to click Heat Wave twice over here. Thanks to the Stealth Mark damage, it guarantees the KO on the Celesteela that is not specially defensive, I believe. I think it had a special attack boost, so that worked out for me. That really worked out for me as T-Tar comes in, and my play to make right now is just to switch out, just because I want to try to restore a bit of HP at this moment. Plus, it was the more aggressive play for me to make, sort of the middle ground play. Thanks to Sandstorm, it would pretty much dwindle me down to a point where Tyranitar could potentially take me down. So he ends up going right back into Tyranitar, and I'm like, alright, cool. I'm just gonna go for a Flash Cannon. Flash Cannon could take down Tyranitar depending on his investment, but nope, that's a pretty bulky Tyranitar, and it's just gonna take me down at this moment. So now I have to go right into Clefable. Clefable can take anything this thing wants to do, because I pretty much put myself in a position where I can win the game, and we end up picking up a surprising victory over the champs of this league. So GG to him, and I'm pretty hyped that we picked up a victory because I was pretty nervous going into this battle, bringing some unique sets, and yeah, that's what we're gonna sort of approach this league as. We're gonna bring in some things that we always want to try it and have a bit of fun at the same time, try to be a bit competitive, and that pushes us up to 2 and 4, which is not too shabby. We sort of have a chance to make it into the playoffs, but we just got to play well against some really great opponents. Next week we are actually taking on another team that is 4-1, I believe, maybe 4-2. I don't know. I haven't looked it up, but we're taking on another team that's top of their conference, and we're gonna try to keep on pushing our way to the top. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we can do that. But thank you so much for watching. Be sure to smash the like button, sub to the channel, and have yourselves a good day. Peace.